Um, why are you here? In case you were wondering. um, well, Way of Mastery has an interesting take on it. I like it. And either you get it or you don't. Um, and if you don't get it, you're choosing not to get it. Um, yeah. Kind of like the video quality here, right? And this this is right up there with the video quality. It's about as pretty as you can get. um, whew. Beloved friend, imagine abiding without a physical body and yet having awareness. This should not be difficult since you do it each night when you sleep, when you daydream, when you watch television, when you make love. Everybody knows what this is. When you forget yourself. And then here in this dimension, we talk about coming back to your senses. Right. Coming back to embodied existence. Imagine, though, a state in which there is simply no physical form and you are abiding as consciousness itself. Yes, you have awareness. Yes, you have form, but that form of energy has not condensed into the third dimension. You have friends, that is, you have other consciousnesses with which you are in perfect communication. Many of you reading this lesson or hearing this are sufficiently evolved to have come into this life of yours now from a state of consciousness that is quite peaceful, quite joyous. Communication with those which we would call friends is unbroken. It is consistent. It is respectful. It is loving. It is free. As you relax and read this simple description, what color or colors or vibrations come to mind, notice them, pay attention to them. Just a moment. Remember, an ancient truth we once gave you cannot imagine that which you have not experienced, for imagination is the picturing of the conscious mind. And this is why it's key if you want to know why you're here. Mind, as you know it, can only picture what is or has been. It can find ways at time to bring it back into third dimensional experience, but that does not mean it is new. As you were abiding in that state before coming into this incarnation, you were in relationship. Most of you were multidimensionally aware. That is, while you had a predominant color or level of energy, you were aware that you were surrounded at all times by other dimensions, perhaps all of them. Many of you communicated multidimensionally, both with that of a higher frequency as well as that of lower frequency. Many of you communicated with beings who were incarnated within the third dimensional realm. The oneness can do this just fine. Then there was a moment for each and every one of you when the decision was made within your consciousness, within your mind, that conditions were appropriate for you to again incarnate. There are many, many factors that attract the soul to yet again condense into physical form, but the chief among these is the perception and thought that there is yet something left undone. Now we come to it. Why am I here? There is yet some lesson that cannot be realized save within the physical domain. There is indeed a purpose that you as a soul would yet wish to fulfill. So quit screwing around. Get on with your mission. Don't get lost and dream. You can do that after. It is very true that some of you have incarnated because you felt compassion. That is, you looked upon the third dimensional realm and saw it suffering and yearned to bring light to this dimension, in which you now find yourself. Yet even this stems forth from the reason or the perception that you must do something to correct what is occurring. That is a perception that many of you are aware still runs you. As you look out upon the world, as you look out upon your brothers and sisters, there is this compulsion, this need to get involved, to fix. There's a belief in many of you that if you take no action, that somehow you are belittled. Your sense of identity, your sense of being is caught up with looking out upon the world, judging what is right and wrong, holding opinions about what ought to be done, and then often trying to persuade others to do it your way. That is not what I'm doing. I'm just offering an alternative view, an overview, maybe a reminder if you wish to hear it. So there you are, or here you are. You are spirit, but this is before incarnating. You are spirit, one spirit, right? And yet you are soul. You are having a relationship, you are having a relational experience, and you are perfectly aware. Time does not quite exist where you are, for time is a unique and peculiar experience that is very much linked to matter, or to the body. You abide in a timeless state. As you look upon the conditions, you are also aware of your connection with souls that you have known before that are currently incarnated upon the physical plane. You are aware of, you can sense the quality of a resonance of their consciousness with yours, that is, with the lessons you are longing to learn. A decision is made in the mind, not forced upon you whatsoever. In fact, we will share with you that the decision to incarnate need not ever have been made. That is, you are not compelled by some force outside of yourself to come into this dimension. Does that mean that you made a mistake? Not at all. There can be no mistakes in all of creation. Why are you here? You chose. Good job. Get on with what it is you want to do. Clean your mind, clean your perceptions, clean your vibrational frequencies, your color, whatever you want to call it. And then after you do that, do whatever you want. That's why you're here.